Welcome back, my rocket enjoyers. Today, we have another video. This is starting off in GM2, and yes, I'm playing Rocket. You might recognize some of these players. I don't. I have no clue who they are. Every game is just full of randos for me because I use no game chat, and I use no voice comms. Well, at least that's what I'd normally say, but this time was a bit different. This season, I've been wanting to try it out. I've been wanting to see and hear and just experience the game in a more difficult light. Because last season, Eternity, easy. Easy. I literally played this game once or twice a week, and I hit Eternity. Solo queuing as a Rocket player. Come on now, it doesn't take that much. It's too easy. Basically, I have a queue time system, and I kind of nerd emoji'd out, and I figured out that if you queue when all the bad players aren't queuing, you win more. That's kind of crazy, right? When good players are playing and you play Rocket, you can kind of just soft carry. Because as long as you're healing your team well, and you're rezzing them, and you're providing like good amps, you win the game. Yes, Rocket is so buff this season as well. Season 5 is going to be crazy for Rocket, unless you have a Gambit on your team. Gambit is the #1 counter to Rocket right now if he's on your team. I'm just gonna say it outright. Your ults don't work together. You cannot have Rocket ult and then some useless ult. Every other support in the game has a useful ult, maybe except Adam. If I get an Adam on my team, I instantly don't want to play the game anymore. But yeah, Gambit ult, Rocket ult are probably the worst defensive ults in the game for supports. Even Jeff kind of provides more. So yeah, ban Gambit. If you're a Rocket main, just ban him. Do not let him get on your team. Who cares what he does, really? The anti-heal is crazy. The CC cleanse is pretty crazy. You don't do any of that. It doesn't really affect you too much. You're like Rocket's ult kind of directly counters the anti-heal because you're shielded. Like, come on now. Biggest counters to Rocket right now, in my eyes, are Angela, Daredevil, not Magic. She was close for a while, but then I figured out that she's actually not that strong. And Iron Fist. Black Panther is nothing. He just dissolves when he tries to fight Rocket, and you go up in the air once, and they're just like, oh, well, he's in the air. What do I do? Because, you know, they have no skill. They just know press the combo while someone's on the ground, and they win. Yeah, Spider-Man, the character's kind of just really bad for dealing with someone who's also mobile in the air. As long as you get hit by a web, and you go around a pillar, Spider-Man is the most useless character in this game. He cannot do a single thing to you. Yeah, I won't even put Phoenix on the list because Rocket straight up just counters her ult, unless it's a good Phoenix. Good Phoenix is no attack. I'll probably show that in some video somewhere. I was going to, but then, you know, Marvel Rivals ate all of my recordings. I'm demonstrating right here is one of the new Rocket buffs. The amount of orbs he's allowed to have out at once is, I believe it's 7. And you can have them all out, and they're all bouncing extremely fast, which makes this corridor on a Rocco defense extremely important. Just having the healing corridor is crazy. But yeah, Rocket's buffed. He's really good now. He's not as good as some of the other supports. Like, Invis buff was crazy. Luna's okay. She's still the best, like, I got my cap banned. I'm gonna play Luna now. She's the best for that. Loki got a slight buff. I don't know if it's too crazy though. Adam, it seems like Adam almost got nerfed. I'm not gonna lie. And then, I don't think Mantis was touched. And then the addition of Gambit. Gambit is a crazy support, but do not let him play on your team. Just don't. All right, let me get my cursor off the screen. No, actually, I'm gonna put my cursor on the screen because my recording stopped last time I didn't do this. Okay, but look at this. You can probably hear it. You can hear all the direct impacts, right? From this healing. No, this is crazy. It's a healing chamber. You know what? This was a lot better when I had recorded this in person live because I had comms. I was playing with comms because I was like, oh, I'm gonna give it a try for this season. See what I've been missing. I wasn't missing much. But, you know, I would comm when the Strange, enemy Strange, when he was walking up here, I knew he was gonna burst. Like, he was just gonna press E, try to hit all of us with it, and I was like, oh, back up, he's gonna burst, he's gonna... I think we turn this fight here pretty easily with my ult. Yeah, we get a pick pretty easy. 2 picks. This healing chamber just made it so I was the first one with ult. No one else was even remotely close to an ult. Yeah, sometimes when I know the tempo of the game and how it's going, I will just tempo an ult out to win the fight. Oh yeah, if you're ever on defense here, always do this. Great little tech to get there faster. Bucky goes in. Here I was just repositioning my res so it was closer to the fight. Snagged our Magneto. Basically in this season, it's gonna be more rewarding to play Rocket in the back of the map. Yeah, because of the speed buff on the gun and on the healing, you can reliably stay behind your second support this season and still provide ample healing. My mag's been super good on these bubbles for Invis, by the way. But that's also the reason I like playing, like, back here compared to everything else, is staying back behind my team like this. Even my Invis is, like, in there. But I prefer to remain back here when there's, like, a big ult going off, so I don't get caught in the blast. And that way my Magneto actually only has, you know, a few targets to choose from if he's going to save them. Which probably is a lot easier for him. Before, it took a certain amount of travel time for your heals to get to people, but now that's kind of gone. Because there's barely like half a second of delivery time now. Yeah, this was me experiencing Gambit ult for the first time. I was like, oh my god, that strange is jumping at me. Here, with that Psylocke going behind, I always pay attention to the audio cues, and I know where she is based on where she's moving. I'm like, yeah, I'm diving into my Invis ult, and I know this Psylocke's behind, so I'm gonna start shooting at her. Because... yes, because that. Because all it took was for an Invis push to kill her. If you ever see an assassin and it has ult, you're gonna want to chip it down. Of course, as long as it doesn't mean like sacrificing someone. You know, on Rocket, I feel like you have to make that choice a lot between damage and healing. A lot of times, you've had to choose between... look at that Bucky. You've had to choose between shooting, you know, dealing damage to peel, and actually healing to peel. Rocket can easily mulch down like a tank that's way too close, or even like a chunky DPS. Maybe not a Spider-Man perhaps, but like, you know, something less fast. You know, like if Iron Fist is diving, usually I have enough damage to peel him off my support or force his block out, which is really good. Don't mind the packet loss, that's just what I have to deal with. Right, we're filling the time that I have left with Subway Surfers S gameplay, aka Rocket gameplay, while I explain what's going on for this season. Basically, Rocket's probably S tier again. They didn't nerf him at all, and now he can actually keep up with the pace of the game. Gambit has made this game so fast-paced. Like, his ult, his anti-heal, his CC cleanse, all of it makes the game way more interesting. And way more fast. That poor Strange. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this W rocket ult, by the way. Whenever you're rocket ulting, always make sure you're doing it behind the corner, but it can still reach your team. Don't do it in line of sight of enemy Punisher, please. But yeah, this season's gonna be same as last season. Play Rocket a bit further back than before. And the reason I do that is because Rocket having these boosts is not supposed to be an aggressive movement ability. These are defensive. And they're usually the only thing you have to get away from ults, and the only thing you have to get away from, like... yeah, see, like, look at this. Yes. If you're wondering what that beacon was, it was a distraction beacon. Because occasionally, when you're getting dove and you throw out the beacon, people will turn their attention towards it. It's like a lizard shedding their tail. It's kind of crazy. But you saw what happened there with the Angela. Me being ulted by her gets rid of my dashes. I can't use them anymore. Like, anyways. So, your best bet is to hold them for like when that Bucky ulted, for an actual ultimate, an actual threat. Angela ult's kind of meh. I know they buffed it this season, but as a Rocket, you should shoot it. You do insane damage to it. This fight was pretty long, actually. We we kind of just had a bunch of, yeah. Whenever you're playing Rocket, make sure you're shooting shields. Shoot things that aren't people. Because most of the time, you're gonna have to be healing people anyways. So shoot shields when you have free time. Shoot squids, shoot group walls. My mag with a bubble on the invis is crazy. Always. Yeah, whenever you're playing Rocket, you just want to be getting things out of the way that your DPS won't have to deal with. Because if your DPS are cracked, you do not want them playing aim trainer with squids. Or, you know, wasting bullets or shots on group walls or shields. You want them to just be able to head tap people constantly. But yeah, I've got a bunch of Rocket guide ideas that I was supposed to, you know, get around to, but then the game deleted everything. I'm gonna be uploading some Gambit games. I'm probably gonna play him and Rocket. But definitely more Rocket than Gambit, because he's hard to get right now. But the character is so fun, and he's absolutely broken. I can upload some footage if anyone's interested in that. So I think my Gambit might be W. I'll be watching out for any new maps that get added, and I'll be updating you guys on any more tech that comes out for Rocket. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.